I guess that's a hockey game. I guess what we just watched was considered a hockey game. I honestly don't know what I just watched. The Oilers win 6-5 in regulation over the Montreal Canadiens at Rogers Place in a game where they had a 3-1 lead. Montreal scored 4 unanswered. We're down 5-3. The Oilers get 2 power plays in the third period, score on both. And then Vasily Podkolzin gets his first of the season, a beautiful backhand shot over the glove of Sam Montembeault. And the Oilers are going to find a way to pull out 2 points in a game where I think for 45 minutes, every single fan, at least for Oilers on the Oilers side, assumed was a loss. The amount of crashing out that was happening on social media, including from myself. Hockey's crazy. Hockey is absolutely crazy. And these two teams specifically, that is the definition of exciting. That was an exciting game. I've been talking a lot about the Oilers looking stale. That's the complete opposite of stale. And maybe we don't want them to play like that often, but the way they played for the final 15 minutes of that third period, that is the type of Oilers hockey I want to see. Driving the net, getting shots, zipping the puck around, moving the puck on the cycle, attacking off the rush, and then, of course, when they get power play opportunities, they get the goals that they need to get themselves either back in it or to take the lead. Now, for Habs fans tuning in right now, I am not going to gloat about this win because I am well aware that the officiating was not on your side at all. I'm going to be completely honest here. The officiating fully was on Edmonton's side. The Oilers had 5 power plays. The Montreal Canadiens had 1. A couple of the power plays that Edmonton got were just giant question marks. Either a little nothing tap on the shin pad, or Josh Anderson, after the Oilers just made it a 1-goal game in the third period, must have said something to the official, and the official immediately gave him a misconduct for it. Unsportsmanlike misconduct. I don't know what Josh Anderson said, but in any case, it's soft. And I don't blame Habs fans for being frustrated right now. If I was a Habs fan right now, I would be livid at how that game went because you have a 2-goal lead in the third period and the officiating clearly affected the outcome of this game. It completely changed the complexion of the game. Now, the Oilers still had to go to work. They still had to put the puck in the net. You still have to capitalize on your opportunities. And heading into this game, the Oilers were not doing a good job on capitalizing on opportunities. But tonight, they were able to do that. So, Habs fans, you get another crack at us later this season. I don't remember when the Oilers are in Montreal to play all of you, but I do look forward to the next matchup because obviously your team is going to be looking for a little bit of vengeance here. And I think it's very clear that Sam Montembeault is not your starter. I think y'all are going to be going with Dobish. Is it Jacob? Yeah, Jacob Dobish is his name. I can't remember the name of the young goaltender from Montreal. I do apologize, Habs fans, but that goalie is clearly kind of in a league above Montembeault at the moment. I do want to extend my hand out to a GG's to Habs fans. Fun game, stressful game, the highs and lows of the hockey. And as an Oilers fan, we'll take it. That's 2 wins in a row. And the Oilers are undefeated with Jake Wallman in the lineup. So very happy to have Jake Wallman back. I am not going to discuss any of the negative things that I had posted on Twitter or X.com. We are going to take a look at the Oilers' goals. Some great news as well. David Tomaszek gets his first National Hockey League goal. Very happy for David Tomaszek. Adam Henrique had a nice tip-in goal. Leon Draisaitl a power play goal. Nugent Hopkins a power play goal. And then Podkolzin with his first goal of the season. And let's go over the Edge Visualizer for the Oilers goals, kind of talk about the game stats. We'll take a look at the advanced stats on Money Puck. We all love the deserve to win meter here in Oil Country, especially on the Austin Hockey YouTube channel. And then I'll answer some questions from the fans on Twitter or X.com. I put out a tweet asking y'all to send me some questions for the video tonight, and then we're going to wrap things up. If you enjoyed today's fan reaction, hit the like button. And if you really like it, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Daily Oilers content here. Now, tomorrow, there may not be a day after episode, although there might be. I do have to do some packing because I am flying to Vancouver this weekend. I will be with the Oilers Nation crew, the Oilers Nation vacation, watching the Seattle game in Vancouver. And then we were going to the Vancouver game live on Sunday. So there will be no live streams from me for the next 2 games. I couldn't do a live stream tonight. I had some prior commitments that came up that I had to just kind of drop my things and do. So I do apologize for that. I do want to give a heads up though. I know all of you love the live streams. I just want to give a heads up that there is no guarantee for live streams moving forward, just with work schedule and then my league that I'm in on NHL 26. But I will try and do my best to stream as much as humanly possible. With that out of the way, let's jump into the Edge visualizer. David Tomaszek's goal, kind of a fluky one. It was just a shot towards the net. It goes off of a leg and in. Nice job by Noah Philp, though, on the forecheck. Podkolzin sends it across the ice, and then Tomaszek shoots it. I think he was looking for Noah Philp cutting in front. It goes off of a hab and in. That tied the game at 1. In the second period, Adam Henrique, Montreal was pretty much dominating play up to this point. You had Howard over to Ekholm across to Wallman. Wallman steps into the middle of the ice, shoots it, and then Adam Henrique gets a nice tip in front. There's absolutely nothing Montembeault could do on that one. It's just a perfect tip. The puck goes from chest level to literally 5-hole in a millisecond. No goalie on the planet is stopping that. Good goal from Adam Henrique. Good goal for Rico in his 1,001st NHL game. Love to see that. And then Andrew Mangiapane, he finally scored his first goal since Game 2 against the Vancouver Canucks. The Oilers' top guns moving the puck around. You had Howard with McDavid there, and then Darnell Nurse. He finds himself behind the net in Montreal zone. He centers it out in front. And Mangiapane, he just beats Montembeault over the blocker side. He lifts the puck up. Love to see that for Mangiapane. Darnell Nurse, not sure why he's forechecking, but this is not the first assist that Darnell Nurse had tonight where he is forechecking in a little deeper than he should be. And there's probably an argument to be made from a lot of fans that they should just turn Darnell Nurse into a winger at this point because his defensive play this season and his defensive play in this game was putrid, but we're not going to go over that too badly here. And then this is where Montreal, they take the game over. Anderson makes it a 3-2 game. Caulfield ties the game up a minute and 3 seconds later. And then 49 seconds after that, Cole Caulfield, you can call it a snipe. You can say that Calvin Pickard needed to make a save. I think Pickard needed to make a save on a couple of these. And then in the third period early, 2 minutes in, Newhook makes it a 5-3 game. And now the Oilers are down by 2, and they've got to go to work. And they actually did. They started playing much better. They weren't giving up as many chances in their own zone, and the puck, more often than not, was being cycled and being worked. Chris Knobloch made a few adjustments to his lines. He put Savoy and Podkolzin with Draisaitl. He put Howard with Connor McDavid, and let the kids play, man. Let them loose. Leon Draisaitl scored on a power play goal. We'll take a look at this one. It was a nice give and go with McDavid. He finds himself in front of the net, and he beats Montembeault. So Nugent-Hopkins down low. Draisaitl finds himself in an open area, and he just puts it past Montembeault. And then Anderson shoots the puck down the ice, and then he must have said something to one of the refs. I don't know which official he said something to, but he goes to the box immediately. And then the Oilers, less than a minute later, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins scores on the power play. Assisted by Connor McDavid and Evan Bouchard. You'll see Nugent-Hopkins skate through the neutral zone, give it to McDavid, back to Nugent-Hopkins, and just a beautiful backhand. Nice little give and go. Attack off the rush. We have not seen the Oilers attack off the rush very often this season. If this is the game that kind of gets everyone going, there were 6 different goal scorers in this game. A lot of guys got on the score sheet, and Chris Knobloch in that third period, the lines that he was rolling out, I think those are the lines that we're going to want to see moving forward. You split McDavid and Draisaitl. You have Savoy next to Leon, Howard next to McDavid. Let the kids loose and then just run with it. Vasily Podkolzin scores the game winner with 1 minute and 9 seconds left. The Oilers were cycling. Matthew Savoy does a good job on possession, gives it to Wallman. Wallman finds Nurse, who's creeping down low, and a nice little one-touch pass to Podkolzin. He goes to his backhand over the glove of Montembeault. It was a nice pass from Darnell Nurse. One of the only things he did that was a positive. His 2 assists were very good assists. He read the play well offensively. We just need that type of reaction time in his own zone. But again, I'm not going to critique Nurse in the fan reaction after a win. The team is winning. They've won 2 in a row. I am not going to be critiquing things too hard. The Oilers with a 6-5 win, and I would say for 45 minutes of this game, they didn't deserve it, but for the last 15 minutes, they went to work, and look what happens when you go to work. Look what happens when everyone on the ice, all 4 lines, go to work. Good things happen. This is also the first game that Edmonton has scored more than 3 goals in a game. They finally hit the 4-goal mark, and then 5, and then 6, so you love to see that. Penalty minutes 20-2. The Oilers were 2 for 5 on the power play. Montreal was 0 for 1. Oilers dominated in the faceoff dot. Leon Draisaitl won a ton of faceoffs in the third period. Love to see that. I was talking to my dad earlier in the day. We were laughing about how often Draisaitl gets kicked out of the faceoff dot. Luckily, in the third period, he was not getting kicked out of any draws. Hits were even, 15 apiece. Block shots almost even. Giveaways almost even. And then takeaways, Montreal had the edge 6-3. Montreal next plays Edmonton on December 14th. So a month and a half from now. That is a game that I think every single fan on both sides of the coin here are going to be circling on their calendar. This is going to be a fantastic game in December. I know I'm looking forward to it. Because, I mean, these two teams, they always play exciting hockey, right? It's a shame that the game I went to last year in Montreal, the Oilers lost 3-0, because usually a lot of their games are like this. It's back and forth, Montreal with a ton of young talent in their lineup. And then in the final two periods, Edmonton outshot Montreal 23-15, and they outshot Montreal 15-6 in the third. So the Oilers, they finally just said they had enough, and they went to work. They got the job done. Let's take a look at the money puck. Expected goals at 5-on-5. Montreal completely dominated 5-on-5. Overall, they had a lot of good looks. They also scored all 5 of their goals at even strength. But in all situations, the expected goals much closer. The Oilers obviously capitalized on their special teams opportunities in that third period. They were able to get the job done. And I know Habs fans, you're probably frustrated, and I feel that a lot. The Oilers have been on the other side of games where the officiating, it just feels like it's against you. Deserve to win a meter? Barely in the Oilers' favor, probably only because of that third period. The Oilers, after they went down here, look at all the chances they're getting. You see the orange line go up. It meets the red line after Montreal was Montreal was in the driver's seat here. Montreal, they needed to... It's easier said than done, but they definitely needed to, they needed to calm down. I think after the 5-5 goal, if I was Martin St. Louis, I probably would have called a timeout just to settle the group down. He ended up using his timeout, trying to get the goalie pulled. Well, maybe he did use the timeout actually it was after the 6-5 goal. Never mind. It was after the 6-5 goal. If we scroll down, the expected goals at 5-on-5 for certain Oilers players. Now, Noah Phillips at the bottom, but again, a lot of the chances at 5-on-5. Nobody on Edmonton played well at 5-on-5. It was definitely special teams where you start to see the expected goals much higher for Edmonton. 5-on-5, they still have to be much, much better. If we scroll down here, Montembeault, negative 2.63 goals saved above expected. If we take a look at the points here, McDavid with 3, Nuge 2, Pods 2, Wallman 2, Nurse 2, and then Leon, Tomashek, Mangiapane, Henrique, Bouchard, Ekholm, and Philp all get on the score sheet. Only a few Oilers did not get a point tonight, but this could be an opportunity now for everyone to get going. McDavid led all players in time on ice next to Leon. At least they were at 22 minutes tonight and not 24 or 25 minutes, so that's good to see. Isaac Howard only had 10:54, but he'll start to get a little bit more ice time, I think, moving forward. Matt Savoy had 15:43, and he is looking much better every single game. I like what I'm seeing from Matthew Savoy here in Edmonton. Calvin Pickard, negative 1.8 goals saved above expected. Probably wanted a couple more saves. I didn't like a couple of the goals against him, especially when the Oilers were up 3-1. We desperately needed a save, and 3 shots in a row beat him to put Montreal 4-3. Can't have that. As a starting goalie in Edmonton, you've got to find a way to bear down. Now, with that out all the way, let's answer some fan questions here. We'll go to my tweet. So my tweet was one of the wildest hockey games I've ever seen. Oilers got gifted power plays that changed the entire complexion of the game. 2 wins in a row. Let's build on it. Questions for tonight's fan reaction. Eric says, the last 10 minutes of this game were the first time I've seen them playing with intensity, and look what the results were. It's got to be tough going from back-to-back cup finals to these monotonous regular season games, but hopefully this lights a fire under the boys and they can build on it. Could not agree more with you. Sometimes it takes one of these games to kind of kickstart, right? I'm going to do a little Minecraft thing here. Flint and steel. Use the flint and steel, light the spark, light the fire, and get everyone going. I know everyone's going to run with the flint and steel meme because of the movie, but I agree. Hopefully this is a game that kind of sparks the group and they're able to turn their entire season around. They are now 4-3-1 on the year. Let's build on it. They have 2 games this weekend against division rivals, Vancouver and Seattle back-to-back. Boy, oh boy, would it be nice to take both of those games and really get yourself back into a good spot in the Pacific and the standings. I know we keep saying, oh, it's early. No, it's not early enough. This is when you got to start getting your groove, finding your timing, and getting in on the forecheck, getting goals and winning hockey games. McJesus Save says, now that was an Oilers hockey game. None of these tepid 2-1 affairs. Yes, I mean, as it was exciting. I've been asking for more excitement in an Oilers game, so you know what? We'll take it. We will take it. Thoughts on the goaltending? It needed to be better, in my opinion, especially on Montreal's side, but Calvin Pickard definitely, I would say 2 or 3 of the goals the Picks gave up, nowhere near good enough. It's not like the team in front of him was doing that great. The Oilers, I think, only had 14 shots on goal after 40 minutes. That's not going to get the job done, but how they played in the third period, that is how you're going to get the job done, right? So goaltending, Calvin Pickard needs to be better. And I'm also surprised, too. I got to talk about Calvin Pickard for a second. The Oilers have a back-to-back this weekend. So Picks is starting one of the next 2 games as well. But I don't understand why. Stuart Skinner has been playing fine this season. I think Stuart Skinner has been the reason why the Oilers have been in a lot of games when they shouldn't be. And it's weird that after a win against Ottawa, Stu doesn't play tonight. You get Calvin Pickard tonight, and then you'll get him in one of the 2 back-to-back games. That means Pick starts 2 of the next 3, including tonight. Kind of a weird one. Not really sure why they planned it like that, unless that was pre-planned because they want to get an even look at them before they decide who's going to run with the starters position. Obviously, Stu, give him the crease right now. He's the guy that you run with. I know it's back-to-back this weekend. Stu gets one of the starts. I don't know if it'll be against Seattle or against Vancouver. We'll have to see. Zach says, thoughts on Knob changing the lines mid-game when they were up. Really liked the Savoy Dry Pods line late in the game. Yes, love that line. Hopefully they keep that line going moving forward. I thought it was a great line. They had a lot of looks. Well, not a lot of looks, but they had a lot of on-ice chemistry. Like the way they were moving the puck, reading off of each other. I liked that line a lot. Leo for MVP says, wait, the F, we won? Yes, we did. We won. Dougie D-Man, they were not great calls, but the boys took advantage of them, of course, referring to the penalties in the third period. Not good calls at all. Sorry, Habs fans. The team took advantage of what they were given. I know later this season, the Oilers are going to be on the other side of those bad calls. Hopefully the Oilers penalty kill can step up the way Montreal's did not step up tonight. That is not a shot at Montreal, but they definitely needed a save from Montembeault, that's for sure. Steven says it's been up and down like a toilet seat, the Ken Holland toilet seat thing, the meme. Love that. Trent says, I didn't think the Oilers would score 3 in the third to win it. The whole team needs to step it up in this back-to-back this weekend. Exactly. Follow this up with another strong... Follow up the third period, right? Follow up the third period and build on that. That third period is the gameplay video that they should be looking at least when it comes to the forecheck, to build the team moving forward. I liked the way they played in the third. They were aggressive. They were fast. They were moving the puck. Chris Knobloch put some line combinations that I really enjoyed. If the Oilers go into Seattle on Saturday and all the lines get switched up again, if Savoy and Pods are not with Draisaitl on Saturday, I don't know what to say. I'm going to be very frustrated, but I'm hoping he looks at what he did in the third period. I hope the team looks at what happened in the third period and they keep them all together. Byfield Enjoyer said that might be the worst called game I've ever seen. Oh, I'm sure you've seen even worse called games, Byfield Enjoyer. Of course, a Kings fan that started following. I can't remember if it was this past playoffs or last playoffs, but I know they have been following the channel since one of the playoff series because the Oilers play LA every single year. Always good to see you, Byfield Enjoyer. I agree. That was not a great called game at all. Cloud Clown said, take the 2 points and run. If the Oil want to win the division for the first time in the McDry era, then take the points and don't look back. Yep. Grab the points, run, don't look back. The only video they should be going over is how they were attacking on the forecheck in the third period because it was very effective. Rodolfo says, when should the Oilers play Ingram? No rush on Ingram. Let him get cozy down in Bakersfield. The first game that he played down there was great. Let him build his game. I imagine we don't see Ingram until the new year. And unless Ingram plays about 5 or 6 games just completely lights out in a row, and Calvin Pickard absolutely poops his pants every single game, I imagine we probably don't see Ingram until the new year. Gio asks, hey, Austin, what are your thoughts on Nurse? Not good. Big poopy. Liked his 2 assists, though. We're taking the positives tonight. Loved the 2 assists that he had. Read the play well offensively. Found guys that he needed to find. Got 2 primary assists that helped the team win. We will talk about his defensive play maybe in the day after tomorrow, but for tonight, I'm happy he contributed to the game winner. What are your thoughts on Ike Howard? I think he's getting better every single game. And what are your thoughts on Calvin Pickard? Needed to be better tonight. Happy we got the win, but did need to be better. Do you think this game will jumpstart a struggling Oilers offense? Yes, I do think the team is due to start I hope this snowballs in a positive way for Edmonton. I do think so. And Mr. J said, the Oilers deserve to lose this one. Montreal deserved to win. For 45 minutes, I would agree with that, but that's hockey. You got to play for 60 minutes. Montreal sat back a little bit. A couple bad penalties, I agree. Shouldn't have been penalties. The Oilers capitalized the penalty kill for Montreal. If I wanted to be that type of fan, this type of Oilers fan, I'd say, hey, your penalty kill probably should have got the job done, help your goalie out, but your goalie did not help out the penalty kill, so I understand the sentiment. The Oilers, I think, have played 6 games in a row where they haven't deserved to win. And they've gone 3-3 in those 6 games. So, you know what? I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll take it. I'll take it. They're getting some points here. Hopefully, this is the start of turning the season around, all right? I just want to say thank you to everyone who continues to tune in, supports the channel. You all mean the world to me. I wish I could do live streams as often as I was earlier in the season. Hopefully, once I'm back from Vancouver, I can start to get a couple more, and we'll go from there. Of course, even if there's no live streams, you'll always get post-game fan reactions after every game. You always get the pre-game reports. You always get the day after. So there's always still tons of content here. The live streams I consider bonuses for the fans, and hopefully I'm able to get another one very soon. I love all of you. I can't wait for the trip to Vancouver this weekend. I can't wait to report from Vancouver. It's going to be a ton of fun, and yeah, it's going to be great. Day after discussion tomorrow. We'll see what we talk about. I'm going to try and be more positive about it. Lots of things that I don't want to be positive about, but we don't critique wins right now, especially this type of play, this team. I'm not going to say what Knobloch would say last year all the time where he kept calling the team fragile. If he says the word fragile at any point this season, by the way, we'll have some words. We'll take the win. Play like they did in the last 15 minutes every single game. I like our chances, right? It looked like guys were finally comfortable and having some fun. That's the most important thing. I want to see guys making plays. I want to see creativity. I want to see speed. I want to see attacking off the rush. I want to see cycling. I want to see goals. And we got all of that tonight. So can't complain too much here. Tell someone that you love them. And as always, fight like a kid. Fight like Ben. Let's go Oilers. We'll see you in the next one, folks. Take care.